Hello again, my friends. So, what's the first step? You gotta ask yourself that. Whatever you're thinking about right now, whatever move you wanna make in life, what's the first step? See, a lot of the time, what gets us paralyzed by these grand tasks that we hold in our head is the sheer amount of difficulty we have to go through when we're facing them. If we want to do anything special in life, it's going to be difficult. You want a six pack, you want a really heavy bench press, you got to put in work. You got to do something that's tough. If you don't do something that's extremely tough, it's not going to be important and no one's going to care about it. What should make you happy about the thing that you're getting is the fact that other people can't get it because they can't work hard enough. They can't work as hard as you. And they can't put the effort that you put in. They can't dedicate nearly as much mental time or energy into what they want as you can. They slip up. They let little things distract them from their purpose. They let things like video games and TV and anime, scrolling, to take over their whole life. You might think it's just an hour, or for a lot of you 3 hours, 6 hours. For a lot of you it's 30 minutes. For a lot of you it's 5 minutes. Either way, it's fucking you up. It is more than likely the reason that you cannot get to the next level of what you want to get to. But that's beside the point. We find ourselves sitting there and I don't want to go on a run. I don't want to go on a run. I don't want to do it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be painful. It's going to be uncomfortable. I don't want to do it. That's all that's really going through your subconscious. You're not actively thinking about it. You're more like, come on, just get your shoes on. Like if you're thinking about the thoughts that you can hear in your head, you're just like, come on, man. Come on. Do it. Now's the time. And then your body doesn't do it because you don't want to, right? But a lot of us get into that level where we're just like, come on, do it. And our body just doesn't comply. And what's going on there is basically your body doesn't want to do the tough thing because you're thinking about the hardest part of the tough thing. When you're going to try and run, when you're like, let's say you're in your house or your apartment, whatever, you don't even have your shoes or anything on, and you're like, oh God, I gotta run. I told myself I was gonna go on a run today, and you're just not doing it. You're thinking about the hardest part, when in reality, what you need to think about is the first step. Because the first step is most likely not nearly as hard as the hardest part of this job, right? Like if I have to go to the gym and hit a chest day, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm just thinking about, I'm at the bottom of the rep and I'm pushing and I'm struggling and I hate it's just all so tense and painful and oh my God. I'm way less likely to get my body to move. But if I think of the first step, of how do I get myself on this run? How do I get myself to this chest day? What's the first step? Go get your shoes. See, now getting your shoes is a lot less work than pressing your heaviest weight on bench and just struggling and pushing yourself to failure, or going on a run and it feels like there's ice in your lungs and you're just you feel like you're gonna pass out. It's way easier to just go and get your shoes. So if you think to yourself, all right, in order to get myself to go on this run, all I have to do is go to these shoes. Then you start the wheel. You start the momentum, right? You go, okay, let me go get my shoes. You walk over, you grab them off the floor, you go sit down to put them on. Even there, listen. You may be in a dark hole, all right? Some people are in trenches, some people are in pits. That's what we call depression, right? You could be in a pit. You could be in such a pit that you sit down with your shoes and then you just stare off into space for half an hour because you're just so fucking depressed and your life sucks and all, and whatever the situation may be. Your pet died, your dad died. My condolences. The task at hand is to get your ass running and to get to the gym, right? So you're sitting there, you have your shoes there, and you're just zoning out because your attention span sucks or you just don't want to do it or whatever. Go back to that principle. What is the first step to take here? What's the first step of the operation? It's like that meme, right? With the locked in alien. What's the next step of the operation? Those two fucking dudes in suits. So dumb and funny, but that's literally all it is. What's the next step of the operation? It's not nearly as hard as what you're visualizing, you know? You just gotta put the shoes on. So, okay, that's simple. Just fucking 1 foot, second foot, tie them up. And then it gets a little easier. This is usually the part for me where it gets a little easier, right? At this point, I've done 2 actions in the direction of where I need to go today. So I'm already just, the groove's already developed in my brain and I can just do it and get there. But for a lot of you, I know you're in a fucking just pit, right? You got no thumos in you. You got no life energy at all. You're in reverse momentum, right? Just go back to that principle. What's the next step? What's the first thing I got to do from here to get to where I need to be? What's the first step? And by then, the momentum you created with the first 2 steps should aid you, even if you don't notice it, should aid you in the ease of getting to the next step, right? So then you do the next step. All right, find my keys, find my phone, find my whatever. Step out the door, get in the car if you're going to the gym, or just fucking get running. By the time you're at the front door and the road's stretched out in front of you and your route is assured, you just gotta go. And if that laziness is still there and you're like, ah, shit, I'm so tired, I feel groggy, I don't want to run and feel my tits jiggle, and I don't want to feel the slosh of the fucking mac and cheese or bullshit fast food I had yesterday, I don't want to feel that, I don't want to deal with it. What's the first step? At that point, it's literally a step. That's the first step. From that point onwards, to get yourself running is literally just 1 step. It doesn't have to be fast. It doesn't have to be exciting. It doesn't have to be the end all be all. Oh my God, he's fucking David Goggins. Look at him go. It just has to be 1 step. And then you take that step. And then what's the next step? You take another, and then another, and then another. And somewhere along the way you're walking, and another point along the way you're running. And look at that, you're running. Congratulations, you have made it to the run. You have shown up. That's a milestone. And it's all thanks to you just asking yourself, what's the next step? What's the first step? What's the next one? What's the next one? And then you keep on going and you build it up, and it's suddenly you're running and you're like, oh my God, this feels good. Holy shit, it feels good. The endorphins are kicking in. I'm being carried along like I got wind in my sails. And listen, yes, I get it. For a lot of you, you're in such a just boom, boom, just pit. Just life is just giving you a fucking stone cold stunner, and you're still in the pit. You know what to do. You know what you got to think about next. What's the next step? That's all you can really think in life. What am I going to do now? Asking that question is the first step, actually. It's already a step you've taken, but you're not going to admit that to yourself if you're in a really dark place and you're like, oh God, I'm such a worthless failure and I can't. Like, I understand. People can move along and just be doing amazing and feel like total shit, right? But would you rather feel like shit and the world around you affirms the shit inside of you? Or would you rather feel like shit in such a way that you go, okay, I feel like shit, but at least I got what I needed to get done. At least the world around me is as supportive of my happiness as it can be. At least the physical reality I live in is somewhere along the direction of good. You gotta have that. You gotta have something to write in your gratitude journal. And unless you want to be a feather in the wind and you want life to carry you on from happy place to sad place, unless you just don't want to say in how you suffer in this world, then you got to take the next step. It's what you got to do, man. It can be for the simplest things, or it can be for the most difficult decisions you've ever had to make in your life, or the most difficult moments of your life. You just got to take the next step. That's what you got to do. I have a feeling this video is going to be important for so many people. I get the feeling that even if one or two people see it, I don't even get that many views on it, but it convinced someone to take an action that ultimately led to a chain reaction that just completely saved their life. And not even in the, oh, I'm alive, I'm dead way, but in the, oh, I'm not miles in debt and obese and creating suffering all around me. That's a fate worse than death. If I affect one person in that way, this video is a resounding success, and I really hope whoever it is comments in the comment section below. And with that, I think I've said everything I need to say. Oh, actually, one more thing. Let me put this into perspective for you. There could have been someone out there, right, who watches this video and just starts the good part of their life because I made this video. This is no ego stroking anything, right? I'm just trying to make an example here, okay? There could be someone in this world, or two, or whoever, who watches this and their whole life changes from this video, right? I pray to God that happens, because that's my job here on YouTube and on this earth. But if I didn't follow that rule, if I didn't follow that principle of, okay, what's the next step? Okay, what's the next step? Okay, what's the first step? If I didn't follow that rule, I wouldn't have made this video, and those people wouldn't have seen it, and their lives would not have changed. Unless they come across someone else. But either way, it could have just been that I didn't make the video, and no one saw it, and nothing happened, and this chain reaction of things that I wanted to have had happen wouldn't have happened. And that's how you make things happen. You take the first step. Put it as low as you possibly need to put it, because it could be the most important thing you do. And there you go. That's all I really have to say. Thanks for watching. Bye.